Let's take a look at the top sports stories tonight. A process to amend the Athletics Kenya constitution to give athletes a right to vote in leaders will begin next week under the stewardship of the Sports Ministry. This was arrived at after a 2-day standoff between the athletes and the association that paralyzed operations at the Athletics Kenya headquarters. The standoff was officially called off by the Professional Athletics Association of Kenya President Wilson Kipsang.
Standoff is over now. We are going to go back to training and we are going to sit down next week and discuss on the way forward.
The Professional Athletes Association of Kenya President Wilson Kipsang arrived in Nairobi this morning accompanied by 2012 Boston Marathon champion Wesley Korir, brought to an end a 2-day standoff that saw a section of Kenyan athletes paralyze operations at the Athletics Kenya headquarters for the last 2 days. The Professional Athletes Association of Kenya top leadership was the whole day Tuesday held up in a deliberation meeting with Sports Ministry officials before finally meeting with the Athletics Kenya officials. The late evening meeting bore fruits with both parties arriving at an agreement.
The government through the PS created or gave us an opportunity to have a successful dialogue that has given us a way forward, that we are going to handle issues in a more professional way, that we are going to bring to standard issues affecting athletes.
Both AK and the athletes felt that we should be able to have a review of the AK constitution, that it should be aligned to the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and the Sports Act 2013. We agreed on that, and we have charted a process through which we are going to actualize that.
The 2-day standoff pitting a section of Kenyan athletes against Athletics Kenya officials officially coming to an end Tuesday. Focus will now shift to next week, where the long process to amend the Athletics Kenya constitution begins.
AK has a constitution that does not favor athletes. We have a Sports Act that clearly states that athletes, the stakeholders, have the power over everybody else. But when you look at the constitution of AK, there's nowhere whereby it features even the athletes on electing their own leaders. That's what we want.
In that constitution, there is nowhere written that this is the position of a former athlete, this is a position of any athletes who have ran for this country. None of them have even been elected. None of them have even been given a position to elect their new members. Why can we be led by those people who have never even stepped to the track and field?
With the standoff coming to an end, operations at Athletics Kenya are expected to continue starting Wednesday.
The outcome today has shown that anything can be solved so long as you discuss in a good environment. Anything that happens, you can dialogue, and this is what we have done today.